What is up, guys? It's me. Today we're going to be talking about the Golden Globe predictions for 2025. We are going to be predicting the nominations, which will be announced about a month from today. So we're going to be trying our best to predict everything as much as we can. So starting off with the Best Picture Drama, The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, I feel like we'll get in. Sing Sing, I mean, they nominated Past Lives. They nominated indies. The new Golden Globes have changed. They've gone more indie. They've gone more criticky. So we're going to go with Sing Sing. And then we're going to go with Nickel Boys because, as I said, in the new Golden Globes, they nominated The Zone of Interest. They nominated Anatomy of a Fall. They are different. They are nominating foreign films. They are nominating indie art house films, and which is why... Okay, I don't know if this is going to pay off because I have been betting all of my seeds in the seed of the Sacred Fig, but I'm going to put it in, I'm going to check it out, and if it doesn't work here, I'm not going to predict it anywhere else for the Oscars, especially where I'm predicting it to get Best Picture there as well. But I don't know why, but I feel this resurgence for the seed of the Sacred Fig. I see the passion for it. I see the momentum more than September 5, more than A Complete Unknown, more than Gladiator 2, more than Blitz. So I'm going to put the seed of the Sacred Fig in right now. I'm going to predict that the critics are going to go for it and that the journalists have seen it and that the international voters are going to go push hard for this narrative. And then we have Gladiator 2 and Blitz, which I feel like are pretty much done. I don't think Blitz will get anything. Blitz has no passion. I don't hear anything about it. I don't think it's getting in. Best Picture Musical or Comedy. Anora, Emilia Perez, Wicked, A Real Pain. The four of those movies I feel like will be locks, absolute locks. They're gonna get in. And then we have The Substance, Challengers, A Different Man, Saturday Night, Hitman, all contending for that last two spots. Like I said, the new Golden Globes have changed. They have turned more criticky. They've turned more art house. So that's why I'm going to go with The Substance. And I do think The Substance has that passion, just like the seed of the Sacred Fig. And The Substance is widely critically acclaimed. It is beloved by a lot of people, audiences, and critics alike. It has a great critic score, great audience score, great box office momentum, great reviews, great word of mouth. The Substance has everything going for it to get even an Oscar Best Picture nomination. So why would it miss a Best Picture musical or comedy voted by 90 journalists who are art house and foreign film taste critics would vote for The Substance? And then we have challengers. This one is a bit tricky. I do think the critics, the Gotham Awards nomination really kind of gave me more support, even if that doesn't really matter because it's only 5 people voting for the Gotham Awards, but I feel like Challengers has that critical acclaim. And another film I see the support for is A Different Man. Now, A Different Man is critically acclaimed, and of course it has Sebastian Stan getting nominated, so it might be enough to push it over the edge. We don't know yet. And I also have Saturday Night. The new Globes did not nominate A Color Purple. They went with May December instead, which is why I'm going to go with Challengers instead of Saturday Night. And Hitman. Hitman would have gone in if it was any other year for the Golden Globes, but because the Golden Globes this year are very different, I'm going to go with my top 6 instead. And then we have The Wild Robot and Kinds of Kindness, who have basically no shot at getting in, but let's just give it a little shout out there. Why not? Best Director. I'll tell you the locks that I don't need to explain. Sean Baker, Bradley Corbett for The Brutalist, Denis Villeneuve, Dune Part 2. Those 3 people are shoe-ins. They are going to get in no matter what. And then we have the last 3 spots. Edward Berger for Conclave. I do not have in for the Academy Awards, but I do have in for the Golden Globes because they will go for this. They will have seen Conclave. Conclave will be a Best Picture frontrunner. It's going to get in to Best Director. Then we have Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez. I don't know if he's getting into the Oscars. Emilia Perez has been catching a lot of controversy recently, but I'm still going to put Jacques Audiard. Everyone is respecting his vision. If ever people have a problem with the screenplay, not really the direction, so we're going to go with Jacques Audiard. And I feel like the Golden Globes, with their foreign taste, will go for this. And then we have Rommel Ross for Nickel Boys. I feel like since I have Nickel Boys so high at drama, I do have to kind of put him in Best Director because they're kind of tied. If you like the film, you also have to recognize the film's dramatic capabilities. You also have to kind of acknowledge that Rommel Ross did really put in a lot of effort when it comes to the POV shots and the artistic vision of the film, spearheaded through just Rommel Ross's direction and the cinematography. So I feel like they're going to recognize it there. And the last 2 spots are very interesting. Now, you might think some people are going to have Ridley Scott, Steve McQueen. Ridley Scott and Steve McQueen, I'm going to say it right now, a month ahead, are not going to happen. 0% chance. And if they do happen, I'm going to say, and I'm going to make a public announcement and an apology. They're not going to happen. Corley Farjay, Mohammad Razulov, much more possible. Corley Farjay is very possible, but I just don't know how much eggs I should put in the substance basket yet. And the Seed of the Sacred Fig, I don't think it's going to get director, even if it gets drama here, because obviously you mix in the comedy and the drama, it is more stacked. I don't think it's top 6 for material, so I'm going to go with the top 6 I have right now. Best Actor Drama. Adrian Brody, The Brutalist, Ralph Fiennes, Conclave, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Daniel Craig for Queer. These 5, I think, are pretty safe. They're locked in. Daniel Craig for Queer has been the biggest question mark because the film is very, very controversial. It is not controversial, but it's very polarizing to many audience members and critics alike. But I feel like Daniel Craig will have that narrative. He will have that momentum going for his first Oscar nomination because how slim this category is. He's going to be like the Paul Mescal for After Sun, that indie pick where people recognize the name, people want to honor the actor, people are going to go for Daniel Craig because he is also known for so many dramatic work that he hasn't been recognized for yet. So I feel like they're just going to honor him with this nomination. And then we have the 6th spot, which is the most challenging because this category is basically dead. The actor category this year is dead. I have Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice, getting in, but I also have Kingsley Ben-Adir in bold because I think I've heard from Next Best Picture that he has been campaigning quite a bit for Bob Marley, One Love, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kingsley Ben-Adir got in as well. And then we have Paul Mescal for Gladiator 2, which I originally had in over Sebastian Stan when Trump won the election. Obviously he did, so that kind of hurts The Apprentice, but Paul Mescal for Gladiator 2, I don't see it happening. I don't see Gladiator 2 happening with those reviews, so I don't think this is going to be happening at all. Okay, next we have Best Actor, Musical or Comedy. Glenn Powell, I could see it winning here. Jesse Eisenberg will get nominated. Gabriel LaBelle for Saturday Night will also get nominated. Sebastian Stan, A Different Man, will also get nominated. And then we have the top whatever, and these are really confusing times. I have Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness. He won the Cannes Award. I feel like with this refined voter member, they're going to go with Jesse Plemons. Originally, I feel like they would have gone with Michael Keaton or Ryan Reynolds, but I think with this new Globes, they're going to go with Hugh Grant for Heretic or a random foreign performance for that last spot. I just have a feeling they're not going to go with Michael Keaton for Beetlejuice. I really do. I don't think they're going to go with Joaquin Phoenix, Joker Folie à Deux, although I could kind of see a world where they just nominate him based on the performance and the merit alone, because Joaquin is indeed great, but he also has the controversy, which doesn't really help. Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, he got nominated for the first one. He didn't get in for the second one. I don't think he's going to get in for this one as well. Best Actress Drama. Angelina Jolie for Maria, Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl, Saoirse Ronan, The Outrun. I feel like those 3 are very safe. They're going to get nominated to the Best Drama category. And then we have the Marianne Jean-Baptiste for Hard Truths. She's going to get in. And then we have the last 2 spots. I have a feeling that Fernanda Torres will get in for I'm Still Here as the foreign pick. And then I have a bit of a risky pick. Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. She's gotten the Gotten nomination. She has a lot of critic support. I feel like they're going to get in place of the Room Next Door girls, which are Tilda Swinton and the Julianne Moore. Tilda Swinton could get in, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of vote splitting with Julianne Moore. Best Actress, Comedy or Musical. Mikey Madison and Nora, Demi Moore, The Substance, Carla Sofia Gascon, Emilia Perez, Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. I feel like these 4 are pretty locked in. And then we have Amy Adams for Night Bitch, who is not getting any momentum, but I feel like she will get in because of this category slim. And then I have a bit of a risk, June Squibb for Thelma. A lot of people are predicting Zendaya for Challengers. I'm going to go with June Squibb. I don't see Zendaya getting nominated, and if she does, that just means that they really like Challengers, but I think June Squibb has been campaigning a lot. And if I were a voter, I would go for her because she seems very sweet, and she's very old as well, which this is probably going to be her last Golden Globe nomination, so I feel like she's just going to get in. Best Supporting Actor, Denzel Washington, Guy Pearce, Kieran Culkin, Clarence Macklin. These 4 are pretty safe. And then I have Yuri Bosiv for Anora. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but he is getting a lot of heat. I feel like they're going to be the one to start this momentum for Yuri Borisov. And then I have Stanley Tucci for Conclave because the Golden Globe Supporting Actor pick last year was pretty safe. So I'm also going to go pretty safe here. And then I have Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice, who I originally had getting in before the election. But even with the slim category, I feel like this is not enough. And then Adam Pearson for A Different Man. I could honestly see this happening if how much they love A Different Man. And then Edward Norton for Complete Unknown, depending on how much they love Complete Unknown. And Peter Sarsgaard for September 5, depending how much they love September 5. Best Supporting Actress, Zoe Saldana and Felicity Jones are locks. I need to explain that. Ariana Grande for Wicked has been getting rave reviews, so I feel like she's going to get it. Daniel Deadweiler for The Piano Lesson. I have her out for the Oscars. I don't think this movie's gonna get steam, and I feel like she's gonna get nominated here, but she's gonna dry down. She's not gonna get SAG. She's not gonna get BAFTA. She's gonna miss the Oscar. Selena Gomez for Emilia Paris. They nominated both Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe for Poor Things last year. They're gonna do the same with the Emilia Paris ladies. And then I have Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. She only has 9 minutes of screen time, but I feel like the narrative is there. Her campaign is there. They're gonna go for it. And we have Saoirse Ronan for Blitz. I am not predicting Blitz to get a single nomination. I don't know if this is gonna be right. I'm predicting the Blitz to be the Five Blooded. I am predicting Blitz to die in the Golden Globes. It is gonna die. And then we have Aunjanue Ellis for Nickel Boys. I'm not seeing a lot of traction for performance. Very sorry. And then we have Margaret Qualley for The Substance. If Margaret Qualley starts to get nominated for critics groups, it could honestly happen. Best Screenplay is the hardest category to predict this year. Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Sing Sing, I think are very confident. Sing Sing, I am confident because they nominated Past Lives last year. And then I have A Real Pain, which I honestly, it could get snubbed. It could get snubbed. I'm not going to rule that out, but I'm going to have it in for now to be the safe. And Nickel Boys, honestly, if you notice, I'm going to go all in for Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys. I think they're going to honor him for this vision. I think he's going to get nominated everywhere. In the Golden Globes, everywhere, like director, picture, screenplay. I honestly think, yeah, this is possible. And then I have Emilia Paris, which the screenplay is one of the weakest parts of the film. I don't think it's getting in. And then The Substance, it could honestly get in. I'm just having a bit of a hard time squeezing it in for now, and I don't know how hard I should go with it. But once The Substance picks these nominations up, I'm gonna predict it in BAFTA screenplay, director in BAFTA, Oscar screenplay, Critics' Choice. I'm gonna go all in of The Substance. And then September 5, I originally had in, but I just don't see the hype for that anymore. And The Seed of the Sacred Fig, it could get in because I have it at drama, but I'm just gonna rule it out for now. Best Picture Non-English, you have Emilia Paris, The Seed of a Sacred Fig, I'm Still Here, All We Imagine Is Lie, Dee Dee, Evil Does Not Exist as my top 6. Best Animated Feature, I have The Wild Robot, Inside Out, Wallace and Gromit, Flow, Memoir of a Snail, Moana 2, and then we have Transformer 1 and Piece by Piece, which could get it. Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, Wicked, Inside Out 2, Dune Part 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Moana 2, those are pretty self-explanatory, and then Beetlejuice did pretty well, Twisters did pretty well. Gladiator 2, I'm not really sure. I think it could get snubbed depending on the box office, but I think the hype is there right now for it to get in. The best score, we have The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2. I feel like those are going to get in. Dune Part 2 will be nominated because it's not disqualified here. And then I think Challengers, because they have really artsy pick when it comes to score. Emilia Paris and The Wild Robot. And then we have Saturday Night, The Room Next Door, and Blitz, which could squeeze in. I think The Room Next Door actually has a better chance than Saturday Night, but I think the top 6 I have right now is pretty secure. So this is my Golden Globe predictions for November. Thank you very much.